So David Benavidez, manager, goes on to talk about why Canelo Alvarez will never fight David Benavidez. And he goes on to say, like, look, let's be honest. The reason why he's not fighting David Benavidez is because he doesn't want to get beat by another Mexican. If he loses to another Mexican, that Mexican will take his fame and his position. See, you know, the funny thing is, I've heard this before. And where have I heard this before? Oh, on my channel. I made a video saying this months ago. Let's go ahead and listen to it. Now, I spoke on this before about how Canelo Alvarez fans turned on him for Triple G. And this reveals why somebody like Canelo Alvarez don't want to fight these two people, okay? He doesn't want to fight black fighters, and he doesn't want to fight Mexican fighters, because he doesn't believe his career can stand to lose to either or. And even more Mexican fighters. And this is why. Because if Canelo Alvarez lose to a Mexican fighter, they will now inherit his spot. Everything he has built, the whole height, the whole VA Mexico and all that other stuff, that Mexican fighter will inherit all that, and they will forget about Canelo and throw him away, okay? Canelo Alvarez figured this out when he fought Triple G, because regardless how people want to pretend now, the Mexican fans, a lot of them was majority Triple G. Now, that was said before David Benavidez, manager, said this. And when I said that, of course, Canelo Alvarez Rainbow Coalition fan club came out and say, oh, that's not true. You're just making stuff up. Blase, split this and that. He doesn't need to fight Andrade. Andrade is nobody. Who is David Benavidez? David Benavidez hasn't fought nobody. And I've constantly said, this is why Canelo Alvarez avoids black and brown fighters. I broke down both of them. Now, if I can hit the nail on the head about the Mexican, what makes you think I can't hit the nail on the head about the black fighter? It's the same thing. Canelo Alvarez don't want to fight another black fighter because he doesn't want to lose to another black fighter, because he know his fan base does not tolerate and does not like that at all. So he stays away from that. And just like I said in my video months ago, the reason why he doesn't want to fight another Mexican, because that Mexican will take all his accolades and all his accomplishments, and they'll end up loving that Mexican more than they ever have loved Canelo Alvarez. But yet at the time when I said that, I was off, I was wrong, I was lying, I was this, I was that. I was doing everything but telling the flat out truth. Now it is once again confirmed by David Benavidez, manager. Oh, and for those Canelo fans that love to get down like this, let me note that his manager is not black, because I know y'all like to attach everything to black. Somebody has that opinion because they black. You feel like that because you're black. Of course you said that, you're black. This, and that, you're black. You know they have an obsession with black people. So I just want to point that out. So unless he turns into a black man by night, you know what I'm saying, and morph back in to a Latino man during the day, I don't know what the hell you guys is talking about. But it just goes to show and prove at the end of the day why Canelo Alvarez makes the moves that he makes. And he makes those moves simply because he's avoiding these two things, okay? He's scared to lose to a black fighter. He's scared as hell to lose to a brown fighter. This is why he went on a beat up white boy crusade over there in the UK. Now we all know, because he deemed them as weaker and easier fighters. Oh, but I know what you're saying. Well, what about Bivol? Bivol wasn't no change. Bivol was a good fighter. Yes, Bivol was a good fighter. And yes, Bivol wasn't no pushover. Let me tell you why they selected Bivol. Because Canelo has fought several guys like Bivol. Bivol just didn't stick to the program. Meaning, why should he fear facing Bivol when he took on people like Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders, which as far as the technical side goes, are basically the same kind of fighters. They're technically sound, but did that technically sound save them when they got in front of Canelo Alvarez? No, they didn't. They curled and they shelled up. That's something that he thought that Bivol was going to do, but Bivol didn't do that. That's why he had no problem and he has no fear stepping into those kind of fights like that, because he doesn't view them, he viewed them as easier opposition. Whether you like the way that come across, whether you like how I said it or not, that's just the truth. So no, he didn't fear Bivol for those reasons. Because Caleb Plant was out boxing with O, and what happened? The same thing with Billy Joe Sanders, and what happened? Jacobs is a good fighter, good boxer. What happened? So he thought Bivol was going to do the same thing, and Bivol didn't do that. And just like Roberto Duran said, Bivol beat Canelo with basic boxing skills. That's Roberto Duran. Okay? He beat him with basic boxing skills. All right, so it's not like he did something astronomical or out of this world or something like that. That's what he beat him with. So it just goes to show you, if you can get somebody in there who's not finna stick to the script, who's not there for a paycheck, who's not finna lay down, this is the outcome. This is why he's fighting an old ass Triple G. And these Canelo fans knowing goddamn well, since they're obsessed with Floyd, as we all know, and Black, if Floyd was to pull that shit, once again, let me reiterate, they talked shit about Floyd for fighting Miguel Cotto. All right? Supposedly for fighting a out of prime Miguel Cotto, even though we already know he's older than Miguel Cotto. Here, Canelo Alvarez fighting a fighter that's older than Cotto when they criticize Floyd Mayweather, and to add on top of that, he's younger than Triple G. So they talked about Floyd fighting a guy that he was older than and said he fought a dude out of his prime. Canelo's fighting a guy that's older than what Cotto was when he fought Floyd, and Canelo Alvarez is younger than Triple G. Make all that make sense. They can't at the end of the day. This is why they stick to their rhetoric. They stick to their bullshit. They stick to any other facts. And they cling on to any and all other BS except boxing. Because at the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez, unfortunately, is a flat out fucking clown. Canelo Alvarez stopped trying a long fucking time ago. Okay? And that's why Canelo Alvarez will internally have a yellow streak right down the middle of his resume. That's all I got for now. Like, comment, subscribe, cry, hate, whatever it is that you do. Bruce Vane, I'm out.